Hello everyone, welcome back to Jikook Diaries channel. Fans around the world were absolutely thrilled when the two always in the center names, Jungkook and Jimin, finally returned from New York after a busy and highly publicized series of activities. Their return wasn't just an ordinary trip, but a moment that immediately triggered a wave of emotions among armies across the globe. From the airport to social media, everything felt like one big explosion, uniting millions of fans in a shared feeling. Longing, emotion, and unbridled joy. From the moment news first broke that Jikook would be returning from New York, the atmosphere in the fan community immediately turned into a frenzy of excitement. Many began monitoring flight schedules, following updates from the international fan base, and eagerly awaiting any video footage that might suddenly appear. New York itself is no stranger to the BTS members, but each visit always brings new stories, new experiences, and, of course, moments that make fans feel even closer to their idols. When the plane carrying Jimin and Jungkook finally landed, the atmosphere at the airport immediately transformed into a sea of emotions. Cameras were raised, cheers filled the air, and their every step felt like a historic moment to be immortalized. Many fans admitted to shedding tears just to see them return safe and sound. There's something so warm in simple interactions, like a small smile, a wave, or a look of gratitude toward the fans who had faithfully waited. But what truly sent ARMY wild, truly goes wild, wasn't just the return itself. There was a moment that occurred shortly after they exited the airport, a moment so brief that it went viral within minutes. In a video uploaded by a fan, Jungkook can be seen walking slightly behind Jimin, then quickly approaching, seemingly ensuring that Jimin was safe amidst the crowd. The gesture may have seemed simple to some, but for fans who had long followed their dynamic, it felt incredibly meaningful. Social media immediately exploded. The hashtag about Jikook suddenly trended in various countries, from South Korea and the United States to Southeast Asia. Many fans wrote that the moment demonstrated genuine concern, something that couldn't be faked. Some said it made their relationship seem more mature, deeper, and more indicative of their mutual care. Even veteran fans who had followed BTS since their debut admitted they had rarely seen such a profound reaction from such a small moment. What made the situation even more interesting was Jimin's facial expression at the time. In the same video, he is seen briefly turning toward Jungkook and giving a small, meaningful smile. The smile then became the subject of much discussion among fans. Many tried to interpret its meaning. Some felt it was a sign of gratitude. Others believed it was a form of silent communication that only the two of them could understand. Speculation abounded, but one thing was certain. The moment had touched the hearts of millions. Hours after the video went viral, a large fan base began compiling compilations of various moments of Jikook's time in New York. From group workouts, casual walks through city streets, to small interactions captured by paparazzi, everything was collected and reshared with emotional captions. Many said that this trip felt different from previous ones, as if there had been a more mature shift in the way they interacted and showed concern for one another. Not only ordinary fans, but even several international entertainment media outlets began to discuss this phenomenon. They highlighted how the relationship between the BTS members has always been a topic of public interest, especially when it comes to the dynamic between Jimin and Jungkook. These articles emphasize that BTS's greatest strength lies not only in their music, but also in the genuine friendship between the members. This connection is what makes fans feel emotionally connected, as if they were part of a long journey filled with struggle and togetherness. On the other hand, many ARMY felt that this homecoming brought a strong sense of nostalgia. They remembered the early days when BTS was still struggling to gain recognition, when every international trip felt like a huge challenge, and when fan support was a major source of strength now, after so many years and having achieved incredible global success. Seeing Jimin and Jungkook return from New York with warm smiles felt like a reminder that they remain the same, humble, grateful, and always appreciative of their fans. But the story didn't end there. Moments after they arrived in Korea, a short live broadcast suddenly appeared. In the broadcast, Jimin and Jungkook looked relaxed, dressed in casual attire, and spoke with warmth. They thanked the fans who had waited and supported them throughout their trip. The atmosphere of the broadcast felt very intimate, as if they were speaking directly to each fan individually. What made fans even more emotional was when Jungkook spontaneously shared that the trip to New York had been one of his most memorable experiences. He mentioned that being in a big city with a busy schedule can be exhausting, but the support from Jimin and the other members made everything feel lighter. This statement was immediately met with thousands of comments from fans touched by his honesty and humility. Jimin also added that he was grateful to return safely and to see so many smiling faces at the airport. He said that every time they return from a trip, the first thing he feels is gratitude to ARMY. The words are simple, yet meaningful, and once again prove that the relationship between BTS and their fans is more than just artist and audience, but a strong emotional bond. As time goes by, more and more small details emerge and become topics of conversation. Some fans notice that Jungkook is carrying the same bag he used on a previous trip with Jimin. Others notice that they are wearing complementary colors. Small things like these may seem trivial, but to fans, every detail holds special meaning. This phenomenon demonstrates BTS's immense influence in the global entertainment world. Their every move can become news, every smile can be an inspiration, and every moment together can be a source of joy for millions. In a world often filled with stress and uncertainty, their presence provides a sense of comfort and hope to many. Ultimately, Jungkook's return from New York is more than just a physical journey from one city to another. It symbolizes the emotional journey they share with their fans. A reminder that behind the cameras and busy schedules, there's a genuine, caring, and loving human connection. And perhaps that's why ARMY truly goes wild. Not because of the hype or the drama, but because they saw something real. A bond that continues to grow, a friendship that grows stronger, and a story that continues to unfold. A story of two people walking side by side in the spotlight, looking out for each other, supporting each other, and continuing to give millions of people reason to believe in the power of togetherness. If you felt the same way, if you smiled, were moved, or even cried when you saw this moment, then you're not alone. Millions of fans in the BTS community feel the same way today. And who knows, maybe the next, even more surprising moment is waiting ahead. So don't forget to keep supporting them, keep spreading the love, and stay with them on this incredible journey. Because Jikook's story isn't over yet. It's just beginning. Thank you for watching until the end. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and activate the notification bell so you don't miss the latest updates about Jikook and the world of BTS. See you in the next video, ARMY. Stay safe, stay positive, and keep loving Jikook.